Brother, good morning. It's good to be with you. I missed you on Monday. I told a fib. I didn't go to the beach at all. I scheduled that post so that I could have Monday off, and it was a fair guess that I might end up in the beach. And of course, the weather was terrible, wasn't it? I'll tell you what I did later. This week has been really busy. Oh my goodness. And it hasn't always been the good kind of busy. I thrive on a full calendar actually, and I love being out and about and being with people, and that's happening much more. But there's been quite a lot of stuff to do this week that has to be done, but isn't the things that going to make me leap out of bed in the morning, and aren't the things that give me great joy and confidence, and I felt a bit bogged down, to be honest. And it's okay to be honest with you and tell you that, because I'm fine and I'm, it's all going fine, but there's an awful lot of the boggy stuff at the moment, and it isn't the best. It really isn't. And I did yesterday get just a little bit overwhelmed with it all. And that's not because there's too much to do. I'm making sure I take my days off, don't fret, and I'm sleeping well. It was just overwhelmingly boggy. I think I've kind of painted that picture well, haven't I? Of course, you have to turn to God and pray and try and rebalance and regroup and make sure you're putting your energy into the right thing, because my goodness, I cannot do this job in my own strength and energy. I can only do it through God and with God. So I naturally turned to verses in the Bible to help me with that kind of prayer, and I thought I'd share them with you, because do you know what? They centred me and they made me feel like I could get up this morning and I could do what needed to be done today. I'm going to read you two versions as well, because it's good to read the traditional and understand the kind of the precise translation from the Greek, but it's also quite nice to feel it interpreted into modern language and something that feels a little bit more like you and I might chat. So let me read to you the traditional NRSV version, an accurate translation, and I'm going to read to you something you know and you've heard before. It's in the letter to the Philippians, and it's chapter 4 verses 6 and 7, and this is what this letter says. Do not worry about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. And those of you that go to church regularly will recognise the very last bit of that, because it's part of God's blessing that we receive at the end of our services. But it is lovely, isn't it? By prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. Love it. Let me read you the more modern version, or the more kind of contemporary version, which is from The Message. Isn't that wacky? No losing that in the dark. This is how someone has translated it for a more modern version. Don't fret or worry. Instead of worrying, pray. Let petitions and praises shape your worries into prayers, letting God know your concerns. Before you know it, a sense of God's wholeness, everything coming together for good, will come and settle you down. It's wonderful what happens when Christ displaces worry at the centre of your life. Feels good, doesn't it? And just resting in that and spending some time praying with those words and making sure that I grounded myself in my faith and in my trust in God, that he has hold of everything. And when I'm on the verge of dropping a ball, he'll pop his hand out and catch it for me. That's a lovely image, isn't it? It's done me the power of good. I recommend it to you. The other thing that's done me the power of good is I did get a cat. I know I was joking about it. Some of you know this. I had a bit of a stressful day last Thursday with a talk I had to give. I applied to adopt 2 cats, went and had a look at them both, didn't choose either of them, chose another cat that I didn't know was available, brought it home there and then. And so in the back of my office here, I won't disturb him at the moment, is the cutest little black and white cat. And when all else fails, stroke a cat and you feel better if you're a cat person. Maybe stroke a dog if you're a dog person. Anyway, the cat has been a real joy and a lovely distraction and a good companion in my office. Hey, I hope that hasn't been too honest, and I don't want you to worry about me. I just want you to remember to offer all things in prayer to God, because in prayer and supplication, He will pick it all up, and He will hold the bits that we find hard to hold, and He will hold the bits we don't even give Him, because that's what He's there for. And it does ease that stress and that burden. So, what am I doing today? I've got meetings this afternoon. Going to see lots of lovely people with those. And this morning, I can't even remember what's on my calendar this morning, but I know. Oh, yes, I'm going to Llanbaddock Church this morning to make sure we've got everything in place for all their COVID restrictions, to make the seating safe, ready for the service on Sunday. So that's fab. I'm really pleased we're going to be doing that. Hey, that's enough. Have a good day. Lots of love and God bless. Bye bye.